and especially of the women who are wearing a scarf. They think they are backward, they just ride camels, and they are uneducated, but it's not the truth. Wearing the scarf is not obligatory in Islam. It is chosen by the woman in her relationship with God. It's her choice. No husband can force his wife, no father can force his daughter, and even if he forces his daughter, this is against God's rules. This is against the Islamic rules. And the society started to see more and more of women wearing the scarf. And then they get more fearful. And I really think that everyone in this country should rethink about this Islamophobia, the irrational fear of Islam and Muslims, and try to learn about these people instead of be scared and get away from people. This is my main mission of this lecture, and my main goal is just to let you know that it was unfair to connect the criminal act with Muslims because no other criminal act was connected to the person by his religion. And the other fact that Islamophobia and the fear of Muslims is irrational and it's not true. And I think I will open the discussion if somebody wants to ask any questions. And thank you.
Thank you, Dr. El-Kholy, for this presentation. And now I will give a chance to the audience if anybody have any comment or any question. As I said in the beginning, we want it to be as a discussion, so everyone will benefit from it. So please feel free to talk, to ask, or to say any comment.
Okay.
Hi, I'm from the Modern Africa. I'm really reporter. Thank you for sharing. First, I want to know this irrational behavior, this fear. Has it has any impact in the Muslim society? And if so, what are the impacts you guys encounter every day? And I want.
Yes, the impact was really great because of this propaganda about Islamophobia in the media. Translated to hate crimes, which led into individuals going against Muslims by violence, by vandalizing mosques, by attacking Muslim women with a scarf, and or profiling them at the airport and suspect the first impression that if the woman shows that she is a Muslim, there is the first thought that it is suspicious and it may be one of the Al-Qaeda, which is really irrational. We are against Al-Qaeda. We are against violence. Al-Qaeda hurt us like it hurt you. We are in the same boat. Is that is this like so? It is hurting Muslims. Yes, this spreading Islamophobia. It's making the more Americans are fearful, and more gets more aggressive, and they hurt non-Muslim American Muslims by different ways, either personally or at their worshipping center, the mosque, or to neighbors, by verbally or physically. It did occur that people started to believe in this, that all Muslims are criminals, and they reacted to Muslims at this level.
So I think the question I want to ask is, do you guys see that in the daily life there's a change of attitude after September 11th, or because in Korea it's
I noticed it after 9/11. Yes. I noticed that they look to me on me like how they related to me, regular Americans that I worked with, and they know me by heart. They just start to be scared, without. That's why I'm saying it's irrational. I mean, if you know a person for 5 years, why you start to have a different look at them? Because a stupid person, a criminal, an antisocial person did a very horrible criminal act.
Thank you for your presentation. I am not a Muslim, but I like the Quran. I always like to read the Quran, and I love the verses. And some verses are similar to the Bible. And I think it's a lack of education. Some people judge Muslim because I have a lot of Muslim friends. They are very nice people, and I really like the way they are. And I'm not a Muslim, but I have no problem. I like to go to the mosque. I went to the mosque many times to pray. And
Just to comment on one sentence you said. You said that you like to read the Quran, and some of the phrases is like the Bible.
Yes.
It's because it's coming from the same source, from the same God.
yes, and I think it's the same God. And, Allah, to me, Allah is my God too. It's just another name for God. But
He's
some
the
people-
creator of the universe. We all agree there is a creator who made all this universe.
Yes, but some people, even in my own religion, some people think Allah is another God, but I don't think so because I read the Quran and I see what Muslim people practice, and I just want to say we just need to educate the public about the Quran, and we should project the kindness and
Yeah, there is as I said, in every mosque in the U.S. now, they have open houses. They invite the people from the next door church or synagogue to come, and they have some activities, interfaith centers. Like even here at the masjid at Roxbury, the mosque at Roxbury, they have a day every month. They are cooperating with the church next to them to have a Sunday that is feeding the poor, and they will be all the month they are collecting, and then on that Sunday the priest come and the person from the mosque they start to divide things and invite, and the people know when to come, and they provide food for homeless. But so with a cooperation with Christians.
I have a last question. I heard, like me, I'm from Haiti. If I become a Muslim, because I am not from an Arab country, if I went to pray to the mosque or if I came among the other ladies, they won't consider me like they consider the other ladies because I'm not from an Arab country. Is that the truth?
Not at all. Not at all. For a very, the fact is that really people don't know. Not all Muslims are Arabs. The Arab Muslims are much less in number than the Muslims in Indonesia and Asia who are not Arab. It is a confusion. And not all Arabs are Muslims. There is Arabs who are Christians. So there is no connection. The Islam, the Islamic the religion is over the world, not only in the Arab countries. And I think we are all be happy when somebody come to ask us or come to attend any prayer. I love it, and my friends, I know them. They like to talk about our religion. We are proud.
I just heard.
Now you will be welcome. You will be welcome. Come in this class. It's Thursday, 7 p.m. One in the ISB, which is 204 Prospect Street in Cambridge. And there is one in Roxbury. I have the address. So after the lecture, I'll give you the two addresses. So you go to the nearest one. It's the lectures for non-Muslims.
There's a lot of nice Muslim women, Suad, I know, me, another Senegalese women. I meet a lot of nice
If you study psychology, you know that the human behavior is the same everywhere, no matter what is your culture. It's a human behavior, it's natural. We all came from Adam. So the characters and the different personalities are there in every culture. So criminality is every culture, not only in Muslims.
Yes, ma'am.
I just have one question. I haven't heard about it. In a lot of religions, when youth become teenagers and young adults, they leave the religion for a while. Does that happen with Muslims as well? Islam?
I didn't understand. When they reach, when they are teenagers, they do what?
They leave the religion. They become, non-religious kind of. It's just an American thing.
Well, this is, I think it's a very small percentage because the Muslim families around in everywhere here or Canada or Europe, they take a lot of interest in teaching the Islam and the rules of Islam since they are 3-year-olds. And they let them grow in the environment of Muslims. But I have to admit that maybe 1 to 2% of teenagers do leave, 1% will probably leave Islam. Especially if the parents had something happened to the parents and then they end up living with non-Muslims.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
For everybody don't know me, I'm Diana. I'm from Puerto Rico. And your question, it's not that they leave Islam, it's that they don't practice the religion because they feel they always gonna believe that God is one. That is Islam. Just saying that they want God is one. But when the teenagers, they
Sin a little more.
yeah, they disobey, they are rebellious, but they never stop saying God is one.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
it's just disobedience.
Yes. Yes. Teenagers is a period of life that they do everything you don't want them to do.
yes, sir.
Yeah, my name's Danny Burke. I live in Malden. Thank you for coming and opening the doors. When people, we have fears, and fears can take on a life of their own. And to sit down with people to see that we are just people, and we breathe, we do the same things,
Yes.
but to look at differences because of appearances rather than to sit and see what we have in common rather than what we have apart and different.
Exactly.
It's a common thing, people can do that. You can draw a conclusion without doing any
Knowing the
investigation.
person.
And we learn from listening and from telling stories. And a story that comes to my mind listening, and we garden. You said, this is a nice day. I could be home in my garden, but I knew that this was on the calendar, and we had committed to come. We said we would come. We're here. And a couple of years ago, my wife was in the yard, and we have a little part of our garden that's kind of neglected, but it's overrun with mint. And 2 women, I believe they were from Morocco, and she overheard them.
Collected all the money.
No, they didn't take it. See, you're jumping to conclusions now. They were walking by, and my wife heard them, and they were on the corner, and they were going, the mint, the mint, the mint. And she looked, oh, the mint. And my wife offered some, and they took it home and made their tea.
That's the main ingredient in the tea, the mint.
And, it's just a
No, I'm
simple...
sorry, I didn't say they will take it. I thought they will ask your wife to take some.
But see, common things and common interests, and then you add the people, and see, you have the cup of tea.
Yeah, there is a saying which is universal. Say, don't judge the book from the cover.